Welcome back. I hope you're doing great. As a part of this course, we need to know Python programming language at a high level before we transition ourselves into PySpark. But before we learn Python, we'll try to understand what is programming language, what are the different levels of the programming language, and what are the different types of the programming language. Let's get started. Before we really get into programming language, what is a language? Language is nothing but a system of communication used by a particular country or a community. For example, in case of USA and UK, people there talk English. In case of France, they talk French. In India, we do have multiple languages like Hindi, Kannada, Telugu, Tamil, Malayalam, and multiple languages are there. So, a language is nothing but a system of communication used by a particular country or community. Now that we understood language, what is the language of electronic machines? What are electronic machines? Electronic machines can be a computer or mobile or anything which has machine. Now, we know that electronic machines are computer or mobile or the likes of that. How do they talk? What language they do understand? These machines can fundamentally understand only two instructions, that is 0 and 1, which is also called as a binary language. We are in a situation, all of us human or people talk a different language, and machines do talk in a different language like a 0 and 1, or they do understand a language that is a binary language, that is 0 and 1. Now, if the communication has to happen between the people and the machine, what should be done? That is where programming language comes into picture. Programming language, in a layman terms, is a language to make connection between people and electronic machines. As we understand, machines cannot understand the language of the humans, and humans cannot understand the binary language. There should be something in between. That is where programming language comes into picture. We understood in a layman terms. How do we define the programming language? A programming language is nothing but a vocabulary or grammatical rules for instructing the computer or any computing device to perform specific tasks. As we said, we use machines to do some particular tasks, right? If you have to instruct them, we cannot use a different ways or different languages to instruct them to perform tasks. We have to use their vocabulary, and that vocabulary should be put in a certain grammatical context which is understood by the machines. That is what is the programming language. One more way of looking at the programming language is it's a formal language which comprises of set of instructions that produces various kinds of output. Means you are trying to come out with a set of instructions that will take a input and processes the input and produces the various kinds of outputs. That is one more way of looking at the programming language. Now that we understood what is programming language, there are different levels of programming language. At a high level, we have two levels of programming language. One is high level. The second one is the low level. Low level language is more near to the machines. In this case, you can see it is more near to the hardware. High level language is more near to the people or humans. Low level language is a computer's own language and it contains 0 and 1, which is also called as a binary language. On the other hand, high level language is easy for the programmers to understand. Now that we understood the levels of programming language, there are different classifications of the programming language. One of the classification here is in terms of types of programming language. There are three types of programming language. One is a machine language. The second one is a assembly language. The third one is a high level language. Let us try to understand them one by one. What is machine language? Machine language is nothing but a binary code that can be directly executable by a computer's physical processor. When we write a machine code, that can be directly executed in a processor without any translation. And also the representation of a computer program which is read and understood by the computer. That is one more way of looking at the machine language. The last way is a program in machine code consists of sequence of machine instructions. As we know, machines wouldn't understand any other language. All the machine instructions should be in the binary code, that is 0 or 1. What instructions specify is? Instructions specify operations and memory cells involved in the operations. Memory cells come into picture where some data is stored. That is where the data need to be processed further. The next is assembly language. What is assembly language? It's almost like a human readable code. As we understand, machine language or machine code cannot be understood by humans. Assembly code or assembly language, it is a human readable code where there is a direct one-to-one analog with the machine instructions. Once we have a assembly code, that need to be converted into machine code by a utility program called assembler. When it comes to assembly language, each line of assembly code produces one instruction. That means, let us say you want to say hello. Hello would be saying 0 1 0 1 0 1. Some way it should be represented. That means each line, assuming that this is a assembly code, this would be translated into some machine code. What happens is, when you want to program in an assembly language, it is slow and also there will be lot of errors, but it is efficient in terms of hardware performance. That is why we got to use the assembly language or assembly code. Now that we understood the machine language and the assembly language, what is high level language? High level language is a programming language that enables the programmer to write the programs that are independent of any particular type of computer. When it comes to the high level language, they're considered high level because mostly they are close to the human languages and very far from machine languages. Some of the examples of the high level languages are, we have Java, we have C++, we have Python, we have all these. These are the high level languages. This is one example of a Python code. We are storing two input numbers, num1, num2. We are using them and adding those two, and we are displaying them. This is the Python code, which is a high level language. Let us try to understand what are compilers and what are assemblers. Assuming that any humans write a program that is called as a source program. What happens is that would be converted into assembly language by a compiler. Then that code is taken by a assembler. That means assembly language is taken by assembler, that will be converted into the machine language. That is how whatever the code which you write, that would be converted into machine code by using a compiler and assembler. Talking about the compiler and assembler, we also got to understand how compiler based language is different from the interpreter based language. Compiler based languages use compiler. What compiler does? Compiler takes entire program and converts it into object code, which is stored in a file. On the other hand, interpreter directly executes the instruction written in a programming language. That is how the compiler differs from the interpreter. Languages which use the compiler are called as the compiler based languages. Languages which use the interpreter are called as the interpreter based languages. We'll try to understand this with an example. Assume we have a car owner. Car owner goes to a garage. Now the situation here is, whatever the language spoken by a car owner, that cannot be understood by a mechanic. He's a wonderful mechanic, but problem is whatever the language which is being spoken by a car owner is not understood by a mechanic. So then what is the solution? We need to bring someone in between. He can be called as a translator. We can do it in two ways. One way is, assume owner tells you something. Let us say you have to get done some 5 things on this car. One way of looking at is, owner tells you something, first thing, this translator takes that and tells that to the mechanic. He completes that first tasks. Then next thing is, the owner tells the second task. This guy tells the same thing to the mechanic. He immediately acts on that, completes, and the same thing will continue until the fifth. So instead of owner telling all the things to be done at a time, what he does is he tells that one by one. This guy translates that into a language which is understood by a mechanic, and that will be done sequentially. This is how interpreter based languages work. They take instruction by instruction, and that will be executed then and there only. If you have 5 steps to be done, all of them will be interpreted individually and they would be executed. But on the other hand, the compiler based languages, what they do is, all the 5 things whatever need to be done would be given to this person. All of this will be converted to the language understood by the mechanic. Once this is done, even the compiler wouldn't be there. He will directly take all 5 of them and he will do those changes or repair in the car at a time. That is how the compiler differs from interpreter. In interpreter, code is executed instruction wise. But in case of compiler based languages, all the thing what need to be done will be compiled first, and that will be converted into machine language, and that will be passed on to the machine. While the execution is happening, compiler wouldn't be there. But in case of interpreter, interpreter stays until the job is done, until the execution is complete. That is how interpreter based languages differ from the compiler based languages. So both of them come with pros and cons. In case of interpreter, it is slow, but the advantage is if there are any issues in the first instruction itself, will be able to immediately fix that. That is the advantage in the interpreter. On the other hand, the compiler based languages, initially they take time. They take time initially because the compilation is happening. But once the compilation happens, it is very fast. Compiler based languages are very fast. But if there are any mistakes, then it has to go through all the code again. That is also one of the cons on the compiler based languages. Wonderful. We understood many important aspects of the programming languages. We will get started with Python in our next lecture. Thank you.